Welcome back. It's Wednesday, which means your Eye on Health with Dr. Sudip Bose. Join us every Wednesday for great health and medical tips. Now, before we begin this segment, let me start by pouring my afternoon. It started that time for my afternoon cup of coffee. Doctor, but you're telling me that this may not be the healthiest thing for me? Or it depends.
let's analyze this cup of coffee. I think, you know, this is something that many of us wonder about. A lot of us drink coffee, and if you look at the coffee and analyze it, if you look at the actual coffee bean itself,
Right.
It's not a bad thing. It actually might be pretty good. It has, you know, vitamins in it, antioxidants, anti-inflammatory effects. You know, there's studies suggesting that it may decrease your incidence of Parkinson's down the road or Alzheimer's. You know, the bean itself, whether caffeinated, decaffeinated, is not bad. And like everything else we talk about, it's everything in moderation.
Absolutely.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
The problem arises when you add to this a bunch of cream, sugar, whipped cream, and this becomes a liquid dessert. And
So black is okay, but maybe not.
Black in moderation. This, you know, there's a lot of people who come in and they're like, hey, I'm not eating much. Why am I gaining so much weight? And they're totally forgetting about all the calories that you drink. And you can get a lot of calories from, you know, soda, which we've talked about in other episodes, and just the coffee. And it can cause, you know, you drink too much of it, there can be bad effects like, you know, inflammation of your stomach lining, and so that's why you want everything in moderation.
Especially with coffee, where it's one of those things where you drink a cup, and then, you know, I drink my morning cup, but then by midday I have lunch, and then it kind of fades off, and I crash, and so I have to take another one to get back up, and sometimes I have a third cup after work.
Well,
Well,
tell you what, too much can cause inflammation of your stomach, but it also can cause inflammation of your wallet out there, because it adds up if you're going to the coffee shop and buying coffees multiple times a day. But so it sounds like you're having this to stay awake.
Yeah.
And I would suggest that there are better ways to try to stay awake. So in the morning, for example, if you need it, pick up and go. You know, a coffee is not a bad thing. Like we said, there are benefits to it, but don't substitute your breakfast with a coffee. Like, have a breakfast, and, you know, studies have shown that, or some experts are suggesting that even an apple can substitute a cup of coffee, because, you know, the starches and the good carbohydrates you get provide energy for quite some time. And then if you do exercise in the morning, that gets things going and you're awake. So that may be a better way than coffee to start your morning and stay awake. And then, you know, now we're talking about the caffeine aspect of it, not the actual bean. If we're talking about the caffeine, once you get to 2, 3 p.m. and you're getting that lull, maybe you're a little dehydrated, and a couple glasses of water might do the trick. You might notice that you're awake if you just drink the water.
Right.
So, and if you drink coffee too late, you have trouble falling asleep at night, you know, you get jittery. If you drink too much caffeine, you get palpitations, anxiety. So it can cause problems. So I would suggest try some other things to stay awake. It's not bad to have coffee in moderation, but don't use this. This does not substitute sleep, and this does not substitute exercise, a good breakfast, and water.
And maybe coffee in its natural form, not so much in the dessert form, like you call it. And dessert coffee, regular coffee.
Correct.
There you go.
Correct.
All right, Dr. Bose, thanks so much for joining us. All this great advice. And if you have any questions you have there at home you like answered here on the front page, go ahead and email them to the email you see there on the bottom of your screen. We'll be right back. Stay with us.